As you know, Samsung Galaxy Unpacked is days away. July 10th is the actual day of the launch of all the devices. I don't even have to say it. You know what phones are. My glasses just fell. The Galaxy Z Fold 6, Flip 6, watches, Ring, a bunch of devices. But they're starting to also put out some billboards right now, and here we go with the billboards showing them off. I believe it's New York City and also Paris, or London, somewhere. I don't know where that is. Second photo. It looks like Europe for sure, where they're going to have this. And it's going to end up being, or they're going to have it in Paris, not London, but it looks like London. And this is going to be where they're just promoting Galaxy Unpacked. And you can take advantage of the reservation, which will end within days. So you want to take advantage of that. Link down below. Take advantage of the $50 reservation credit. You also get your up to $1,500 in savings. And then when the pre-order happens, like I said, usually you'll end up getting up to another $100 extra thrown into that credit, so you can get extra free things. Pretty slow news day, but I did want to end it with something that's kind of insane and happened last year too, but I want to say it's not the end of the world. And that has to do with the displays that the new Pixel 9 Pro and Pro XL are going to use versus what are on currently the S24 Ultra. S24 Ultra uses Samsung's M13 OLED displays. Pixel is going to be using the M14 OLED displays from Samsung, which are better, obviously. They're newer, they're gonna just be better overall OLED displays. But I don't think that tells the whole story, because when I see displays, I don't, not to say that the Pixel displays aren't nice, but I still, it's hard for me to honestly like any other display that I ever see more than Samsung. I love the vibrancy. I love how bright they get. I love the quality of the display. And then I see like iPhone again uses generally, especially on their higher end phones, Samsung displays. But I usually don't feel like they're as bright. Even if they say they're bright, they just don't seem as bright, and I don't really love the colors as much as I do on a Samsung. I like them, but I usually like the Samsung colors better. And then the Pixels, even though their displays are always like, at least the last couple of years, a higher generation of display versus say a Samsung display, I tend to like the Samsung display better. It's like one of those things. It's hard for me to see other displays and really like them that much better. OnePlus Open, the folding phone they have there. The display, I like it, but the colors just seem a little faded compared to a Samsung. So, you're gonna see this headline probably around showing that, Google's gonna have the newest, best displays that Samsung has to offer, and that Samsung's doesn't have it currently or won't have it. It's not the end of the world, because when you see these displays, I would guess a lot of times out of 10 that the Samsung would still win due to how they perfect the color, the brightness, and the quality of the display in general. We've got some big information, some exclusive information. I haven't seen this anywhere else, so we are dropping it here on Greggles TV Daily, and it is all about the Galaxy Z Fold 6 and Flip 6 and Unpacked and what to expect, and our first hands-on review sample of the Galaxy Z Fold 6 and what they thought about it. Now, everything that I've received is from a quote-unquote Samsung Pro, so somebody that goes into a store and is the pro person. I don't know if they work exactly for Samsung or if they work for the carrier, but they're a pro and they teach people how to use the phones. And they've gotten a hands-on review of it, and they've also gave me some exclusive information on when to expect the official release date. And it's even sooner than I thought it would be, because I was thinking, I'll just leave it at that. Let's talk about this though. So first of all, let's start off with the official release date, and that is going to be the following. It's due to be, and this is from a screenshot I was sent from them. It says 8 days and counting to Unpacked. Now, obviously they sent this a few days back, or actually yesterday or today, but they did say that, do you know, while we are only 8 days to Unpacked, launch of the to be announced devices is only 2 weeks after that. That's right. Launch is scheduled for Wednesday, July 24th. This means customers only have a 2-week window to pre-order, but why should they? So it's basically telling these representatives that the release date for the Galaxy Z Fold 6 and Flip 6 will be July 24th, which is It's actually 2 days earlier than what I expected. I was expecting July 26th, but if the official release date, which it is July 24th, that means people will be getting their phones as early as July 22nd, and definitely probably by the 19th as well. You know that carriers and Samsung themselves will start pushing these phones out, especially here in America. I know Europe, I feel like, is a little bit different. People will be getting their phones like a whole week in advance, but here in America, it's usually a few days in advance, and this is a awesome thing. So July 24th, official release date for the Galaxy Z Fold 6 and Flip 6, but we're not done. We've got that hands-on review of what they thought, and this is pretty awesome, especially if you think about, if you're on the edge of buying the Z Fold 6, I think this might push you over the edge to wanting to get it. All right, this is what the person said. They said that they are a Samsung Pro for their job and have to do training before the phone releases. What I can tell you is the phone is light, which is awesome because we heard 239 grams. The crease is there, but it's better, which is also what we've heard, and that's good to know. And the outside display feels like a new phone. Doesn't feel like you are holding the Fold 3 or Fold 5 just by Samsung stretching the outer display screen. Still wish it was like the OnePlus Open, but it's step up for Samsung is taking. Battery life is a 4400 milliamp, by the way, too. So some nice little things in there. I think one of the big things that most people want is that bigger outside display, and if it feels like a completely different phone, that's a cool, fun thing. And it is, you know, one of the reasons I would want to upgrade is to have a bigger feeling display. And I know he doesn't use the words bigger, he says different, but I still think that might be enough. And I've said it from the point where, you know, I don't think the Z Fold 6 is gonna be one of those devices where you look at it on paper and you're like, damn, that is a major reason to upgrade this, or this. I think it's gonna be one of those devices that when you hold it in your hand and some of those things that have been upgraded come to light, that's when you're gonna be like, wow, this is a nice little upgrade or a good solid upgrade overall. Take advantage of the launch event going on right now. Have a link down below in the pinned comment and the description down below of this video, and you get 50 bucks up in credit. You get up to $1,500 off in savings for the phone when you buy it. Enter it into a $5,000 sweepstakes with Samsung to win, and you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So check it out. We've got a very interesting day of tech news for you, all about the products that will be released at Unpacked and the prices and some of the free pre-order gifts that you will potentially get as well. Let's talk about the prices first, because this is actually, both are good news. The prices are definitely good news from what we've been hearing thus far. We heard there was going to be some price increases on some of these accessories, and it looks like there might not be as big as we thought, or if at all. So Galaxy Buds 3 looks like they're going to be 159 bucks. 3 Pros are going to be 229 bucks and are much cheaper than what we had previously leaked out. Galaxy Watch 7 series is expected to get the traditional $30 price increase, and the Galaxy Watch Ultra could still be between $599 and $699, just one model, Bluetooth plus LTE all in one. But I think the biggest takeaway from this is, from what I want, is the Buds 3 Pro, and that, I believe that price is pretty normal compared to what we've seen in the past with the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro. And then usually when you buy it, especially at launch, there's a discount, and then you can get the additional discounts with trading credits and things like that. So a little bit of good news beefed into there for the launch, which happens on July 10th. If you want to take advantage of the pre-order or the pre-order, it's linked down below. It's in the pinned comment and in the description of the video. Now, the last story of the day is the free pre-order gift that we will potentially be getting if you buy a Galaxy Z Fold 6. And this is exactly what I want, and I would be very happy if this comes true. This comes from Roland Quand, who generally has a good track record, saying Samsung will give you a pair of Galaxy Buds 3 Pro on the house, meaning for free, when buying the Z Fold 6 or even the Flip 6. Isn't that nice? So pretty nice that we potentially are getting Galaxy Buds 3 Pro no matter which phone you get, especially with the Galaxy Z Flip 6 being very inexpensive. This is a big win for customers, and this is what I want the most out of all the accessories. And then after that, it would be the ring, the watch, and so on and so forth. But we've got a great day of tech news. It's gonna be short, but it's great, and it's all about the Galaxy Z Fold 6 and the dust and water resistance that it will have, the brightness of the display, and all of that. So first of all, let's talk about that. So first of all, I can't show you images, but I can definitely tell you what it has. So first of all, it will have a titanium frame. We've heard about that. 7.6-inch display, 6.3 on the inch display on the outside. But let's talk about the nits and the water resistance. I have to grab my phone because the water and dust resistance is actually kind of weird, but supposedly based off of what they have here, you can see from this headline, the massive leak confirms dust resistance for the Z Fold 6 and Flip 6. Now, what it says there is that it's going to be IP48. You're probably used to IP68 or 67. Those are dust and water resistance. IP48, this is exactly from Samsung's leaked image, says, based on laboratory test conditions for immersion, which means underwater, and up to 1.5 meters of fresh water for up to 30 minutes, and for protection against a solid object larger than 1 mm, such as a wire, not intended for use at the beach or in a pool. The water resistance of the device is not permanent and may decrease over time with normal wear and tear, not dust or sand resistance. So there's a bit of confusion going on because you've got leakers and websites saying that it has dust resistance, but then if you read this, the last line, this may decrease over time, not dust or sand resistant. So to me, it doesn't sound like it's dust resistant, but there's a lot of people online that's saying it is. And then when I look at IP48 directly from a website that talks about all kinds of IP certifications, it just says protected from tools and small wires greater than 1 millimeter, protected from long-term immersion up to a specified pressure. So to me, that doesn't sound like dust resistance. I know that's kind of going out there, but I don't know. The way I read it, it's not, and I could be wrong, but from this, it doesn't sound like it's dust resistant. You know, I read you that little sentence in the beginning of this, and that's directly from Samsung, so it doesn't sound like it's sand or dust resistance, but it has this, I guess, ability to be protected against wires, which is kind of weird. Now, the other bit of news is good news as well. And this one is probably what I'm more excited about because I don't really bring my Galaxy Z Fold to the beach. And if I do, I definitely keep it out of the sand. I don't need dust resistance. It's not that dusty here in San Diego. I mean, it is dry, but it's not crazy dusty. And that has to do with the brightness. It is going to be 2,600 nits of brightness on the Galaxy Z Fold 6. That matches the S24 Ultra, which kind of surprises me, and destroys the Z Fold 5, which is 1,750 nits. So we're getting almost 1,000 nits more. It's gonna be better outdoors, which is already pretty good outdoors, but it's gonna be even better. And remember, it's gonna be a lot thinner too, like way thinner than any of the other previous generations of the Galaxy Z Fold line, to the point where it's really, really impressive stuff. So it's gonna be 7.6 millimeters on the original one, and now they're already down 2 whole millimeters to 5.6 and 12.1. And you can see just the size differences throughout the years. It's gotten thinner and thinner, and now it's really thin, and they're lightest as well, 239 grams. So some nice things going on about this. The IP48, kind of confusing because a lot of people are saying it's dust and water resistance. Even Sam Mobile said the same thing. So I'm kind of confused. Doesn't sound like it. And then it's Samsung's official verbiage. They're saying it's not dust resistant. I've got to go with Samsung. They have it written that it's not dust resistant, and then other websites talking about IP48 say nothing about dust resistance. So definitely water resistant though. And then also to the fact that the brightness has gone up a whole hell of a lot, which is amazing. I am super stoked. One of the best upgrades for me personally is get older. You want your screen brighter, especially outdoors. This is awesome for me. So really looking forward to that. If you want to take advantage of the pre-order reservation. It is linked down below. Take advantage of it. You'll get $50 in Samsung credit if you buy the phone, plus up to $1,500 in savings, and entered into a $5,000 Samsung sweepstakes with Samsung. Day, the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro. Someone has purchased the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro already. I don't want to show a photo because I think Samsung will copy strike the channel because the actual items aren't out yet. But I wanted to talk about the stem. The stem, here is the AirPods Pro 2 version and the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro. You can see how long the stem is on here. The stem on the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro looks longer than this, and it goes basically almost to the end of his ear. You know, it's in there. And this one kind of does too. So it looks a little bit longer this. I wouldn't say it's as long as the original Apple AirPods, but it looks like almost in between that and this, but closer to this, which it will have functionality, I believe, the stem of it. But some of the things that the guy ended up saying was that the active noise cancellation was on par, at least in his opinion, with the original AirPods, which I felt like the Galaxy Buds Pro 2 had better noise cancellation than the original AirPods. The other thing that he mentioned was that the bass was really, really thumpy, and it was like a strong bass overall, so it was on the higher side of what to expect. Again, just one person's opinion, but still, I'm excited to get my hands on these still. Stem kind of long or not, a design that's like the AirPods or not. I would have liked it, I guess, them to do something different, but you know what? Let's see how these roll out. They might be the best, they should anyway, be the best sounding buds ever from Samsung. Talk about bad news Monday. Our next story has to do with the Galaxy Ring and the price that potentially is going to roll out with this. And it is pretty high. And when you think about it, if you end up buying, say, a Galaxy Z Fold 6, a Galaxy Ring, some Galaxy Buds 3 Pro, a Galaxy Watch 6 Ultra, you're spending thousands of dollars. And this is before any trade-ins. Trade-ins obviously would reduce that some, but you're still gonna pay you're gonna spend a lot of money. A lot of money. And a lot of people probably won't buy all the products that they put out on the higher end of things, but still, it's insane how much money you're gonna spend if you end up getting all of these. So here's the information that's being leaked out about the Galaxy Ring, and that is French portal site Dale Labs via WinFuture may have gained pricing information about Samsung's first smart ring. It claims that the Galaxy Ring will go on sale in France for 449 euros. Whether that price is exact or slightly inflated by third-party retail sources is unclear. Now, what do I think the price is actually going to end up being? I think 449 is a weird price, especially here in America. I would expect it, knowing that we have something along those lines, I would expect the price to either be $399 in America or no more than $499. But I think it's going to end up being $399 in America plus tax, and it's still really expensive. It's a first generation product. Not to say first generation products put out by Samsung are bad, but it's going to get better obviously as time goes on. They're going to add updates. And I also don't think this is going to be one of those pieces of tech they're upgrading every single year. I think this would be a piece of tech maybe they upgrade every 2 or 3 years, maybe longer. But I think it will be something that is, you can buy it and I think you can feel safe for at least more than a year that this won't be upgraded every single year. Galaxy AI is going to have some updates coming with the Galaxy Z Fold 6 and Flip 6 when they launch this phone, and they will talk about it very, very soon, starting next week. So if you want to take advantage of the reservation, it's linked down below on the pinned comment and also in the description of the video. But Galaxy AI translation is going to get even more powerful due to the following. Ice Universe is tweeting out that Galaxy AI will power WhatsApp real-time translation. So if you're on WhatsApp and you're talking to someone and they speak another language versus what you speak, it will translate in real time. But that's not it. It'll also work with Google Meet, WeChat, and most likely more apps as well. So this is really cool that you'll be able to translate your conversations in real time on multiple apps with Galaxy AI. Hopefully it's not just stuck within the Samsung keyboard because I don't use that. I use Gboard. So we'll see if that ends up happening, but still really cool information coming out about Galaxy AI. So Galaxy Buds 3 Pro are coming out in mere weeks and will be announced in mere days, and they're gonna get a new feature built into them that sounds really, really interesting. It's called adaptive noise control, where it allows you to adjust noise control automatically based on your surroundings. Noise canceling will kick in when you're someplace loud, but your buds will let in ambient sound for more comfort when it's quiet. So basically, the noise cancellation and the ambient sound will turn on and off as it deems the right environment for you. So if you don't want to have to always, switch back and forth between the two, it will do it for you automatically now on the Buds 3 Pro. This is a really cool feature. It's going to take a little bit of the annoying work, especially if you switch between the two. I don't usually switch between the two, but it's still great to have the ability to have it determine when's the best time to do it based off what's going on around you. Lastly is all about a phone that unfortunately probably won't end up coming out to America, Europe, or really much other places around the world, and that is the Galaxy Z Fold 6 Slim, or whatever they end up calling it. But not the Z Fold 6, but the Z Fold 6 Slim. Now here's everything we know. A report was leaked out by The Elect detailing some of the information about this phone, and here it is put out by a nice tweet by the Galox saying that the Galaxy Z Fold 6 Slim, here's what we know: the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 will be the processor inside. It will come with a 6.5-inch outer display that's bigger than the 6.3-inch on the regular Z Fold 6, and also have an 8-inch big display, and that big display is 8 inches versus 7.6 on the Z Fold 6. Possibly some new cameras, but we don't fully know on that. 16 gigabytes of RAM versus only 12 on the Z Fold 6. Expected of thickness of under 11 millimeters when folded. Expected price of over $2,000, and probably only going to release in China and Korea. Now this is probably, just to be fair, what the Z Fold 6 probably should have been. Not the Z Fold 6 Slim, but obviously Samsung's going a different direction in some countries. But yeah, I think if this had been the phone that came out, this probably would have been the phone that everyone was like hooing and hawing about. But there's still, I think with the Z Fold 6, I still think there's enough upgraded features that will come to it that will make it somewhat worthwhile for a lot of people. Obviously not for everybody, but I think enough people, especially if you don't have a folding phone, the Z Fold 6 would be the one you get. Or even if you have an older Z Fold, it still would probably be okay to upgrade to the Z Fold 6. We're gonna start it off with the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro and their blade lights. So if you remember, the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro have a stem that hangs down, and there's a blade light that's built into the stem that is going to allow you to do some certain things. Now, one of those things is going to be able to go into the settings of the Galaxy wearable app and use the AirBud light controls. I gotta put my glasses on as I read this to you, but basically, to turn the lights on and off, you're gonna pinch and hold both earbuds when they're out of the case and not in your ears. Lights will show up when the battery for each earbud is at least 30%. And you can change the blinking style to, or the lighting style, I should say, to a blink when it does that, fading in and out, or keep it steady. Now, it doesn't seem that impressive, like the light, like, okay, great. I took them out. I'm not looking at my app. I don't have them in my ears. I'm gonna pinch and hold them. I'm gonna look at the buds, and they're gonna show me that there's at least 30% battery life. Cool, I guess, in the grand scheme of things, but some people mentioned some things that might have been cooler for that, and that would have been being able to have the lights sync up with the music that you're listening to. Maybe that would be a feature, but obviously that would greatly reduce the battery life on the buds, or many other things, so it probably will do other things, I assume, and I assume that these earbud light controls will probably get more advanced and updated as time goes on. But as of right now, you'll be able to take them out of your ears, hold them while they're outside of the case, and pinch and hold the stems, and be able to get at least some kind of battery information of how much battery life is left. Galaxy S24 Ultra, there's a brand new update that's coming out in August that's really gonna supposedly improve the cameras if you've been having issues with white balance and other issues like that with it. It's supposed to be a really, really big update per Ice Universe. I guess he has had his hands on this update, saying that the August update of the S24 Ultra is about to be launched and the camera has been improved a lot. This includes white balance optimization, HDR optimization, over processing optimization, overexposure optimization, face optimization, and video zoom optimization. However, there is no optimization of telephoto and night mode above 10x. I hope they can complete the optimization within the next month. So it sounds like, you know, if you've had any issues with any of those things, reportedly they'll be fixed or at least improved to the point where you should see some noticeable differences. I was gonna say drastic, but noticeable differences within the camera for the S24 Ultra camera. So let me know if you're having issues anyway with the S24 Ultra at all, have it be with the phone or the cameras. Let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. The reservation is running out really soon, super soon. July 10th, actually that's like 3 days, so do it before then and you should be able to lock in the $50 of credits, up to $1,500 in savings, and entered into a $5,000 Samsung sweepstakes with Samsung. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you down the road. Peace.